Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. Centre eases norms to offer 50% of salary for 3 months as unemployment allowance to workers covered under Employees' State Insurance Scheme. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to over 74%, more than 21.58 lakh people recovered in the country so far. Punjab government extends weekend lockdown across the state. Mizurum government also extends the ongoing total lockdown in Aizawl municipal area till 24th August. Short film by Abhijit Paul wins first prize in online short film contest organised by Information and Broadcasting Ministry and National Film Development Corporation. And a major fire breaks out in the Sri Salem underground hydropower project in Telangana. 9 persons feared trapped. The Employees' State Insurance Corporation ESIC has relaxed norms to pay 50% of average wages of 3 months as unemployment benefit between March the 24th and December the 31st this year in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ESIC took the decision in its 182nd meeting held yesterday under the chairmanship of Union Labour and Employment Minister Santosh Kumar Gangwar. ESIC is implementing the Atal Bimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana, under which unemployment benefit is paid to the workers covered under Employees' State Insurance ESI scheme. The ESIC has decided to extend the scheme for 1 more year up to the 30th of June next year. It has been decided to relax the existing conditions and the amount of relief for workers who have lost employment during the COVID-19 pandemic period. The enhanced relief under the relaxed conditions will be payable during the period of 24th of March to 31st of December this year. Thereafter, the scheme will be available with original eligibility condition during the period between 1st of January next year to 30th of June next year. Review of these conditions will be done after the 31st of December this year, depending upon the need and demand for such relaxed condition. The eligibility criteria for availing the relief has also been relaxed. The payment of relief has been enhanced to 50% of average of wages from the earlier 25% of average wages payable up to maximum 90 days of unemployment. Instead of the relief becoming payable 90 days after unemployment, it shall become due for payment after 30 days.
As part of Independence Day celebrations 2020, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, along with National Film Development Corporation (NFDC), had organized an online short film contest to create a patriotic mood surrounding this year's Independence Day. The contest went live on 14th of July on the MyGov portal and ended on 7th of August. The contest was hosted on www.mygov.in website for receiving the entries. The theme for the entries revolved around patriotism, equating it to Atmanirbharta, self-reliance, as the new mantra of progress for the nation. The ministry today declared the winners of this contest. Short film Am I, directed by Abhijit Paul, got the first prize and a cash award of 1 lakh rupees. Ab India Banega Bharat, directed by Debojo Sanjeev, got the second prize and a cash of 50,000 rupees, and short film titled 10 Rupees, directed by Yuvraj Gokul, got the third prize and a cash of 25,000 rupees. 8 short films have got special mention certificates. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has congratulated the winners of the contest. In a tweet, Mr. Javadekar thanked all the participants for their contribution and making the short film contest a roaring success.
In Telangana, at least 9 engineering staff members are feared trapped inside the hydroelectric plant of Sri Salem project after a fire broke out at its under-tunnel powerhouse. The hydroelectric powerhouse is on the left bank of Sri Salem project on the Telangana site. 10 persons who were working in the unit when the fire broke out could manage to escape, while 9 more are feared to have been trapped inside the tunnel. Rescue operations are on in full swing, with National Disaster Response Force teams along with the fire personnel trying to evacuate the trapped people. Teams from Singareni with experience in handling underground units are also present at the accident site. Smoke gripped the tunnel, posing obstacle to rescue operations. A divisional engineer and 4 assistant engineers are among the trapped. Telangana Transco Chairman and Managing Director Prabhakar Rao said the authorities have isolated the unit in which the fire broke out and tripped all remaining units to avoid further damage as per the initial reports. The short circuit in the underground hydroelectric power has led to the fire. Telangana Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao expressed shock over the incident. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, who is scheduled to visit Srisailam, has cancelled the visit after the incident. State Energy Minister Jagdish Reddy has reached the accident site and is presently overseeing the rescue efforts. Our correspondent filed this report.
This is the first time that such incident of this magnitude occurred in the advanced equipped hydroelectric power station. Currently, the main focus is on evacuating the trapped people inside the hydroelectric powerhouse. The NDRF teams, along with the firemen and experts in underground rescue operations from Singareni coal collieries, are making all-out efforts to approach the trapped personnel. Hydroelectric power station officials informed that the assessment of the extent of the damage and reasons will be inquired once the smoke is clear. All vehicular traffic to Srisailam and public movement close to the project are also stopped. With Ramakrishna, Lakshmi, AR News, Hyderabad.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has written a letter to former Indian cricketer Suresh Raina hailing his contribution towards Indian cricket. Suresh Raina announced his retirement from international cricket on 15th of August. In the letter, the Prime Minister has said that generations will remember Raina not only as a fine batsman but also as a very useful bowler who the captain could turn to when the situation demanded. He said his fielding was exemplary and inspiring, and some of the best catches in recent international cricket have his distinctive imprint. Mr. Modi said it would take days to count just the number of runs Raina has saved with his alertness on the field. He said as a batsman, Raina especially distinguished himself across all mediums and particularly in the newest form of the game, the T20 cricket. In the letter, the Prime Minister also said that India can never forget Raina's inspiring role during the 2011 World Cup, especially during the later matches. Mr. Modi said he saw Raina live in action at the Motera Stadium in Ahmedabad during the quarter-final against Australia. He said his anchoring innings had a big role to play in our team's victory. Mr. Modi said he can confidently say that most fans will miss his elegant cover drives, which he was lucky to witness that day. Mr. Modi also wrote that sportspersons are admired not only for their conduct on the field but also off the field. Mr. Modi said his fighting spirit can motivate many youngsters. He said Raina's care and compassion towards society is visible in his numerous community service efforts.
In Uttar Pradesh, the State Legislative Assembly adjourned for the day after paying homage to its sitting member Janmejay Singh, who passed away last night. Janmejay Singh was MLA from Devariya Sadar seat. The whole agenda scheduled for today will be taken up tomorrow. Mr. Singh died of heart attack in Lucknow last night. He was admitted to Lohia Hospital after he developed health complications. He was initially taken to the civil hospital from his residence but was later referred to Lohia Hospital by the doctors. Earlier, his coronavirus test report came negative. He was 75 years old. The Election Commission today announced by-poll for one seat of Rajya Sabha from Uttar Pradesh. Notification for the poll will be issued on Tuesday and nominations can be filed till the 1st of September. Polling will be held on the 11th of September. The seat is lying vacant due to the death of independent member Amar Singh, who passed away on the 1st of this month.
In Maharashtra, hectic preparations are underway in households and pandals ahead of the 10-day Ganesh Festival that commences from tomorrow. With easing of restrictions, people have been visiting markets to purchase all the essentials and required items for the installation of Ganesh idols. With the outbreak of COVID, the state government and the city's civic body have come up with guidelines to celebrate the festival. More in this report.
Since the outbreak of COVID-19, all the festivals have been celebrated in a subdued manner not only in Mumbai but in other parts of Maharashtra as well. And the 10-day Ganeshotsav that begins from tomorrow will also be a low-key affair this year. In order to contain the spread of the virus, the state government has appealed the public Ganesh Mandals to celebrate the festival in a simple manner and by adhering to social distancing norms. They have also been urged to ensure that devotees do not crowd the pandals. The government has asked the public Ganesh Mandals to restrict the height of their Ganesh idol to 4 feet, whereas in the case of Ganesh idols that will be installed in households, their height should be maximum 2 feet. Also, there will be no processions to welcome or to bid adieu Lord Ganpati this year. Meanwhile, the famous Lal Bagh Sa Raja Ganesh Mandal in Mumbai has decided not to celebrate the festival this year. Instead, they are organizing the plasma donation camp. The Mandal has also decided to give rupees 1 lakh each to the families of 92 policemen who lost lives in the line of duty in the COVID pandemic. The Mumbai civic body on its part has asked people to immerse the idols in artificial ponds so as to prevent crowd on the beaches. With Kunal Shinde, Shailesh Patil, AR News, Mumbai.
A special window for affordable and mid-income housing fund, Swami, is working at a fast pace to provide relief to home owners. Till date, 22 projects with an investment of 3,472 crore rupees were accorded final approval and will lead to completion of 20,380 home units. The Finance Ministry said overall 101 projects have now been sanctioned with an investment of 10,300 crore rupees that would target to provide relief to 71,559 home owners. So far, 7 sites have activated construction plans with material and manpower.
In our series on Atmanirbhar Bharat today, we bring you a special story on a microwave device named Atulya. The device Atulya can disinfect any premises in just 30 seconds, disintegrating the COVID-19 virus. Certified by the Defence Research and Development Organization DRDO and based on French and American standards, the device is 100% made in India. The Atulya microwave device can be used to disinfect any premises up to 5 meters area besides surface areas, home and office furniture, beds, new boxes and even the contents of the boxes. The device disintegrates the COVID-19 virus with the help of differential heating in the range of 56 to 60 degrees Celsius temperatures. This equipment can be operated manually as its weight is mere 3 kilograms. The positive thing about the device is that it is 100% safe for humans and does not emit ultraviolet rays for disinfection that could be harmful to the human body. Depending upon the size and shape of objects, the disinfection time is 30 seconds to 1 minute. The product is cost-effective solution which can be operated in portable or fixed installations.
A direct shipping service between India and Maldives would be flagged off next month. The service, agreed upon during the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Maldives last year, shall be connecting Cochin and Tuticorin with Maldives' capital Malé. A memorandum of understanding was signed last year to establish a direct passenger-cum-cargo ferry service between the two neighbours for providing an alternate, direct and less expensive means for transport for passengers and goods. The service will have a container-cum-brake bulk vessel which can carry about 200 TEUs, 20-foot equivalent unit and 3,000 metric tons of bulk cargo and will have a round voyage of 10 days. The service will be performed by the Shipping Corporation of India Limited and is expected to give momentum to bilateral trade and economic relations and further strengthen the dynamic people-to-people contact between the two countries. The vessel is expected to carry commodities like electrical machinery and equipment, medicines, construction material, sand, fabrics and textiles, in addition to goods like perishable goods like fruits and vegetables, eggs and food grains.
In golf, Indian trio of Aditya Ashok, Twesa Malik and Diksha Dagar had a rough start due to bad weather conditions on the first day of the AIG Women's British Open at the Royal Troon. Strong winds which went as high as 40 miles per hour unsettled the golfers, which resulted in Ashok with tied 107 while debutant Malik and Dagar were tied 125. With the cut likely at 8 over or even more, the Indians would need a good second round to make the cut, but the predictions for weather say the conditions will be tough once again in the second round.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Centre eases norms to offer 50% of salary for 3 months as unemployment allowance to workers covered under Employees State Insurance Scheme. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to over 74%. More than 21.58 lakh people recovered in the country so far. Punjab government extends weekend lockdown across the state. Mizurum government also extends the ongoing total lockdown in Aizawl municipal area till 24th of August. Short film by Abhijit Paul wins first prize in online short film contest organised by Information and Broadcasting Ministry and National Film Development Corporation. And a major fire breaks out in Sri Salem underground hydel power project in Telangana. 9 persons fared trapped. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has congratulated Joy Sebastian and his company TechGensia Software in Kerala for developing a world-class indigenous video conference solution. In a tweet, Mr. Naidu said, Indians are inherently talented and we need to recognize and promote their talents. He also complimented 3 other startups, Server Official from Jaipur, People Link Audio and Video Conferencing from Hyderabad, and Ashok Kannadasan, Instrive Soft Labs Private Limited from Chennai. Their video conference solutions have also won IT Ministry's support of 25 lakh rupees each. Congratulating Joy and his startup for winning the first Digital India Grand Challenge of 1 crore rupees prize, Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said, "We are proud of India's young talent." He expressed confidence that it will innovate and take India to the next level.
The recovery rate from COVID-19 has improved further and now it has reached 74.3% today. India registered 62,282 recoveries in the last 24 hours. With this, a total of 21,58,946 people have recovered in the country so far. The case fatality rate continues to show a steady decline and now stands at 1.89%. The Health Ministry said that 68,898 new cases of COVID-19 were registered in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 29,05,823. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is 6,92,028. During the last 24 hours, 983 deaths were reported, taking the toll to 54,849. Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, said that till yesterday, 3,34,67,237 tests were conducted. Of these, 8,05,985 tests were conducted yesterday alone. The number of COVID-19 sample testing labs across the country also increased to 1,504.
Participating in an exclusive program on COVID-19, Dr. Balbir Singh from Max Hospital, Saket, New Delhi, explained the antibody tests and also elaborated the reasons behind decreasing mortality rate.
तो इसका मायना है कि ये 29% को इन्फेक्शन हुआ और उसके अगेंस्ट उन्होंने रिएक्ट करके एंटीबॉडीज बनाई। लेकिन इसका ये भी मतलब है कि कुछ और लोग हैं जिनमें एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट शायद ना आया हो, बिकॉज एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट की पूरी सेंसिटिविटी 100% नहीं है। उनको इन्फेक्ट हुआ हो, उनका टी सेल इम्यूनिटी बनी हो, तो हम यही चेक कर रहे हैं, तो इससे भी ज्यादा इम्यून है। तो ये रिफ्लेक्ट ये भी कर रहा है कि हमारे नंबर्स इन दिल्ली में कम हुए हैं, मोर्टेलिटी कम हो रही है, रिकवरी रेट्स बढ़ रहे हैं। तो मैं जानता हूं कि हमने जो मार्च, अप्रैल, मई, जून में देखा, जुलाई, अगस्त में उतना खतरनाक वायरस की पोजीशन नहीं दिखी। सिक पेशेंट्स हमारे पास नहीं आए और होम आइसोलेशन पे भी बहुत लोग ठीक हुए। कई कारण हैं, उनमें से एक की इम्यूनिटी और पार्शियल इम्यूनिटी, ये दोनों हेल्प कर रही है कि इतनी वायरस इतना जबरदस्त तरीके से स्ट्राइक नहीं कर पाता।
Dr. Singh also added that people testing positive for antibody tests should continue to take all precautions against COVID-19.
एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट पॉजिटिव है तो वो बिल्कुल ये सोचें कि उनको नहीं हो सकता कोरोना वायरस। इस वायरस को अभी तक हम पूरी तरह समझ नहीं पाए। इस वायरस ने सब प्रिडिक्शंस तोड़ दिए, सब कुछ गलत प्रूव कर दिया डॉक्टर्स को, WHO को, बहुत ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फेल हुई। तो इसलिए अगर किसी को एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट पॉजिटिव आ जाता है, वो ये मत सोचे कि वो उसको इन्फेक्शन नहीं हो सकता और वो मास्क ना पहने और जहां मर्जी जाए, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता।
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program tonight will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. Dr. Neeraj Nishchal, Associate Professor, Department of Medicine at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free telephone number 1-800-115767. One can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can listen to it on our mobile app News on AIR.
In Mizurum, the state government has extended the ongoing total lockdown in Aizawl municipal area till 4:30 a.m. of 24th of August. The decision has been taken in view of the extensive contact tracing necessitated by the detection of new COVID-19 cases in the last few days. In an order issued by the Chief Secretary, Lalnunmavia Chuango said that the decision has also been taken to do more random sample tests to sustain the containment efforts. More from our correspondent.
The total lockdown in Aizawl municipal area was imposed on Sunday for the next 4 days till today morning to contain the spread of the coronavirus infection. In the state, the total number of COVID-19 cases has reached 895. According to the official statement, 22 new coronavirus cases have been detected and 18 patients recovered in the past 24 hours. So far, 402 patients have been discharged after recovery, and presently 493 patients are undergoing treatment. Irene, AIR News, Aizawl.
In Odisha, COVID-19 tally has mounted to 72,718, with 2,698 people testing positive during the last 24 hours. With 10 more people succumbing to the infection, the number of lives lost to the novel coronavirus so far has gone up to 390. While 48,576 persons have been cured of the infection, the number of active cases stand at 23,699.
All the 30 districts of the state have reported fresh COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The number of infections, as discovered till the midnight yesterday, ranged from as low as 2 in Deoghar district to a high of 475 in Khordha district, with the latter charging far ahead of its counterparts for the last 10 days in a row. Both districts, which reported a single case last Wednesday, witnessed the cases spiking to 11 just in a day. On the other hand, only 8 of the 30 districts have reported cases beyond 100. One redeeming feature of the state's struggle against the pandemic, however, relates to the significant turnaround of cases in Ganjam, which once used to top the COVID tally in the state. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
In view of rising COVID-19 cases in Punjab, Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh has ordered a series of emergency measures, including extension of weekend lockdown in all 167 cities and towns in the state and daily night curfew from 7 p.m. till 5 a.m. The measures will take effect from today. The decisions were taken by the Chief Minister during a virtual meeting with top officials to review the COVID situation. Here is a report.
Till the end of this month, all the gatherings except weddings and funerals have been banned. Government and private offices will work at 50% capacity in the 5 worst affected districts of Amritsar, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Patiala and Mohali. In these 5 districts, to allow only 50% of the non-essential shops to open. CM has directed DGP to enforce the restrictions strictly, and senior officers have also been told to intensify testing for COVID-19 besides ensuring participation of NGOs and public representatives in creating awareness. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, AIR News, Chandigarh.
In Rajasthan, the debate is underway in the State Assembly on COVID and the economic situation in the state. Initiating the discussion, Health Minister Dr. Raghu Sharma informed the House that the state government is emphasizing on increasing the recovery rate from COVID-19, reducing the fatality rate and strengthening the health infrastructure. He said that the state's condition is better than the other states regarding corona outbreak.
The House is to discuss 6 hours on the COVID situation and economic conditions of the state. The Health Minister told the House that the recovery rate in the state is higher than the national average. 20 lakh samples of COVID-19 have been tested so far. Corona testing facility has been started at 35 places in 22 districts of the state, and this facility will be started soon in the remaining 11 districts. The Health Minister informed that the fatality rate in the state is 1.38%, which is much lower than the national average. During the debate, former Health Minister Kalichand Saraf accused the government of discrimination in the distribution of relief material. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Maharashtra, the Mumbai Civic Body and the Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) will undertake a study to evaluate the efficacy of the BCG vaccine to prevent the infection of COVID among the elderly people. The necessary approval to conduct the study has been obtained. The study will include elderly individuals between 60 to 75 years of age group who have not suffered from COVID. More in this report from our correspondent.
COVID epidemic worldwide shows that elderly persons are affected more and tend to suffer severely. Also, death rates in the age group above 60 are substantially high. There is evidence that BCG vaccine, which is normally given to children for protection against tuberculosis, has protective effect against other respiratory tract infections, including viral infections. Also, BCG can be safely given and is cost effective. The ICMR is undertaking a study to evaluate whether BCG vaccine is really effective in preventing COVID disease in India in elderly population. It will also look at degree of severity of disease and development of immunity using immunological markers. Apart from Mumbai, the study has been undertaken in COVID hotspots of other major cities in the country. The Mumbai trial will be jointly conducted in 3 hospitals. The study will include elderly individuals between 60 to 75 years age group who have not suffered from COVID and not having cancer and not immunocompromised. Participants will be closely monitored for 6 months and thorough diagnostic workup will be done. BCG vaccine has offered hope to elderly and if found effective will help bring down morbidity and mortality in elderly population. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
The Supreme Court has granted permission for offering Paryushan prayers to devotees in 3 Jain temples in Mumbai amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The Apex Court, however, denied permission for prayers in any other temple in Mumbai. On permission for Ganapati Festival, the court said it will have to be taken on a case-to-case basis from the Maharashtra Disaster Management Authority.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. National capital Delhi is having a generally cloudy sky today with forecast of light rain. Minimum temperature was recorded at 24 degrees Celsius. Maximum is expected to settle at around 34 degrees. For Mumbai, there is a forecast of generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Minimum temperature was recorded at 25 degrees Celsius and maximum is expected to be around 28 degrees. Chennai is having a generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle today. Minimum temperature recorded was little above 27 degrees. Maximum expected to go up to 35 degrees. Kolkata forecast says generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature recorded was at 25 degrees. While maximum will be around 29 degrees. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, there is a forecast of partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. For Jammu today, minimum temperature recorded was 25 degrees, maximum will be around 34. In Srinagar, minimum temperature was 18 degrees, while maximum will be around 27 degrees. City is having a partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm today. Ladakh also has partly cloudy sky today, which may become gently cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. Minimum temperature was 17 degrees. Maximum would be around 30 degrees Celsius. In Gilgit, the temperature will be hovering between 20 and 33 degrees Celsius. It has a partly cloudy sky today with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In Muzaffarabad, there is partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius, while the maximum temperature will be around 31 degrees. In Chandigarh, there is generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers forecast. Minimum temperature 25 degrees, maximum would be around 31. In Dehradun, temperature will be hovering between 21 and 31 degrees Celsius. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Centre eases norms to offer 50% of salary for 3 months as unemployment allowance to workers covered under employees' state insurance scheme. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to over 74%, more than 21.58 lakh people recovered in the country so far. Punjab government extends weekend lockdown across the state. Mizurum government also extends the ongoing total lockdown in Aizawl municipal area till 24th August. Short film by Abhijit Paul wins first prize in online short film contest organised by Information and Broadcasting Ministry and National Film Development Corporation. And with that we end the midday news.